Jaylen, Doc Rivers said he thought that the game turned after the flagrant foul when after you got up with a little blood on your lip and then guys scored 8 straight points. Was that something that motivated you? Did that kind of spur you that much more at that point?
Yeah, nothing like a shot to the face to wake you right up. Sparked the garden. Called the garden out last game and way to respond. The energy in the building was through the roof. It was amazing. Everybody that was in the building, anybody that was, cheering for the Celtics, I feel like we could feel that energy tonight, and it definitely carried over. So we're going to definitely need some more of that going forward. So that was fun. That was a great basketball environment.
What do you think sparked that dominant third quarter, and how big of a statement do you guys feel like you made tonight?
Getting stops. I think just playing defense, putting pressure on them by playing great defense, and then just Jason Tatum. JT just got it going and get out of that man's way. He just got it rolling, and there's nothing they could do to stop. They started trying to double team him, and it just gave open looks to other guys. And when JT's playing like that, we're going to be extremely hard to beat. But way to step up, great performance by Jason. I think everybody should go buy some of them new JTs that he just dropped. For sure. He did his thing tonight.
Jaylen, it seemed like in the first half you guys were flying around a little too much maybe. You were flying by guys when you were closing out. It seemed like maybe the discipline wasn't fully there. What kind of got you guys back down into a little bit more discipline in your rotations and your closeouts?
Yeah, we was hyped to start the game. We had to settle in a little bit. We started out the game well, but they took our shot. They took our shot and responded well right back. So, we had to slow down a little bit. I think that we were playing a little bit too fast. And on offense and defense, we had to just remember we got to play basketball. And I think once we got settled in, I think we were fine. It was great to have that energy because that's what we needed to bring that fight to the game. But, yeah, we definitely had to settle in a little bit, including myself.
Jaylen, we didn't ask you after Game 6, but is the mask permanently off now? And did that kind of hurt extra when you did get hit in the face?
What you think? As soon as I took it off, took an elbow right to the bridge of my nose, my mom was probably like, see, you should have kept it on. But, we'll see. I done got used to playing with it. It feels weird kind of getting ready for a game without it. But we'll see as the series goes on.
Just the job you guys did on Harden overall tonight and in this series, kind of what do you think led to having so much success, kind of limiting him? What do you like about the defensive effort you had on him?
He's tough. He's tough, man. He's strong. He's physical. He's extremely talented. He knows how to get to his spots. He knows how to get calls. It took a lot of discipline to make sure that we tried to keep him, under duress tonight. I challenged myself to take that challenge, and at different times, other guys had to step up and take the challenge as well. But nothing but respect for James Harden, man. He had some tremendous games in this series, and he made it tough for us. And I'm just glad we were able to come out with a win tonight.
Jaylen, what was your kind of view of what happened with Nyang there on the bench? Looked like he kind of grabbed at your leg when you were.
The intensity was just, was high. It was me and I think first it was a loose ball. Me and James was fighting for it. I think I got away with maybe a foul on James, but I fell into their bench. And I just think with the, intensity of the game and, emotions is flying around, I think, he just thought like maybe let me just try to grab him and slow him down a little bit. I don't think Nyang's a bad guy or anything. I work out with him in the offseason. I just think he just got caught up in the intensity of the game and made a play, and I responded to it. I don't know which way I should have responded to it, but if I didn't do anything, they probably would have played on. And here comes Scott Foster and just right away, before even deciphering the situation, gives me a tech. I definitely didn't want to get a tech in that situation, but, somehow coming out of all of that commotion ended up being even, right? It was no advantage from that. It ended up calling it even. I got a tech, he got a tech, and then just being a side out. And I think a play like that should have been a little bit more there. I don't think Nyang was thinking when he did it, and I don't think he's a bad guy. He's just caught up in the emotion of the game.
guys have obviously been in these situations a lot, you guys being like this core, but Joab hasn't. What has stood out to you about these 2 elimination games, his kind of approach to it, how he's guided you guys through it?
For sure, yeah, just responding. You know, we've been in these positions before, unfortunately. We would have liked to, you know, maybe be in a better position in this series, and we wasn't. But, you know, we was able to battle back. You know, resiliency is key. You know, sometimes you got to go through tests to kind of prove if you're worthy to move to the next level. And this was our test, and Philly gave us a great shot. The MVP, Joel Embiid, came out and was unbelievable all series with a bad knee. Like, you know, he was just dominant from the mid-range, from 2, at the basket, making his free throws. Like, you know, Jaylen Embiid is a hell of a player and got a chance to be extremely special. So nothing but respect for him as well.
Jaylen, you held the Sixers to 13 points in the fourth quarter last game, 10 points in the third quarter this game. Can you talk about where the Celtics defense is at right now and what it means for your future for the rest of the postseason?
It's going to be, I think we are definitely finding our identity defensively, and we got to continue to maintain it. Philly presented different challenges than, you know, we've had to face, you know, having to guard the MVP and Joel Embiid, and now progressing against Miami, they propose different challenges as well. So we just got to be versatile. You know, you got to have intensity, you got to be aggressive, and that got to be, you know, the tone setter for the whole series. You know, we can't be looking around. Like, that level of intensity got to be the barometer, and then we'll figure out the X's and O's behind it.
You and Jason are going to the Eastern Conference Finals for the 4th time in your 6 years together. What's been the key to maintaining that level of consistency?
4th?
4th out of 6.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
4 out of 6 together.
It's, you know, it's a blessing, to be honest. 4 or 5, who's counting? It's a blessing, for real. To be in this position is extremely hard to get to. To win in the playoffs is extremely hard. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of intensity, emotion, and a lot of hard work. So I think we both extremely grateful to be in this position, and, you know, we're looking forward to, you know, winning some more games and continuing this process. So all I could say is all praise to the Most High. I think we are both extremely grateful to be here.
And then breaking through to the finals last year and doing it against the same opponent you're about to face, does that give you any sort of confidence and that familiarity help in this matchup?
No, well, nothing about last year matters. I don't think Miami's thinking about last year. I think they're coming out and ready to play basketball, if anything, atone from last year. So we just got to come out with a great, fresh mind and execute what's in front of us. And I think that's the key. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a great challenge, and it should be fun.
I have a couple more numbers. You're now 6-1 in Game 7s, and since the last couple of years, you guys are a perfect 3-3. What is it about this group and those situations? And being in the locker room pregame, there was no doubt, no fear.
Yeah, Game 7s is huge. 1, 7 is my favorite number, and 2, you gotta come with that fire. You can't be waiting around, waiting to get hit first. You know, you just gotta throw the first punch, ask questions later. And I think we came out with that type of intensity, and the crowd carried it. Like, everybody in the building, like, we felt you guys tonight. You know, even when, you know, in the beginning of the game, when things were kind of going back and forth, you know, we had some big plays, and it just felt like we erupted and carried it out from there. So Game 7s is all about intensity. Who wants it the most? Diving on the floor, you know, taking an elbow to the face, you know, whatever it takes to win. And we came out with that mentality, and we feel like everybody in the Garden had that mentality too. So that's what we needed.